she would make this like whiskey cake again that like looked good, but it was like literally would like burn going down your throat.
Gosh, Ami. I think you need to be telling this to a therapist, not me.
So that was a taste of Christmas for me.
Wow. Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Need to Know. I'm your host, Gemma Stafford, cookbook author, professional chef, and the creator of Bigger Bolder Baking. And as always, I'm joined by my lovely co-host, my partner in crime. That's all I'm going to say. Ami Shukla.
Hello.
I've learned now.
I know I'm still waiting for it though. What's going to happen?
Stop. I don't want to annoy you. You're too valuable to me. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing good. You settling into the holidays and
I'm there. I've watched Home Alone like 15 times already. Christmas with the Cranks, Home Alone 1 and 2, The Grinch.
Yeah. Am I the only one who thinks The Sound of Music is a holiday movie?
Yes.
Why do I think it's a holiday movie?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like, well, whatever reason, it was like always on. It always came, like this was like, growing up, like we didn't have like a VCR or DVR or anything that, no streaming. It would just be like what would play on the holidays. And like, so it was always sometime in December where we would all sit down and watch The Sound of
That's
Music.
like when people say Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, I don't understand that one. Is
or
that like
E.T.? Don't they say E.T. is a Christmas movie?
Oh, well,
Oh, Halloween movie.
E.T. is a E.T. is
That's
like
what
kind
Kevin
of a
says.
feel. I would say like E.T. is like feel good.
Feel good?
Wait, is Kevin a part of this episode?
E.T. Well, he just butt in, so yeah. Wait a second. No, go back there a second. A feel-good movie? That's like saying Bambi is a feel-good movie.
No, E.T. Oh my God, it is totally a feel-good movie.
It's sad.
Well, no, but he gets to go home and they're sweet. And
But then remember when Everett, not Everett, is that his name? The boy?
I know it.
Elliot. When they're like when E.T. is being held and by the
government
in those big tents.
Yeah.
No, you guys.
But they save him. They save him and let him do what he wants. It's very emotional.
It is emotional, but that doesn't mean it's a good emotion. You said feel good movie.
Oh my God. Well, do not.
The emotion is bad.
George hasn't seen that movie yet, right? No, he's not ready. No, don't show it to him. I made the mistake of showing it to the kids when they were too young. And first of all, they were totally freaked out by E.T. And then it was just like traumatic. And then they were so freaked out when he was like sick at the end. I was like, you guys, don't you understand how this is like a feel-good movie?
No, Ami, you just literally answered your own question. You said your children were traumatized multiple times.
Oh, I needed to wait until they were 10, not 5. Okay, so I just couldn't wait because I thought it was a good, it is a good movie. It's an amazing movie. Sound of Music. Stick to The Sound of Music. It's the best.
Okay.
Though I have to say, if you do want to show your kids The Sound of Music, just show them the part where Maria is teaching them all the songs.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize how talky it was and like all the stuff about like the Nazis invading and stuff like that. They were like, what is going on? And I was like, no, this is a wonderful movie. Yeah. Like, okay.
Songs
yeah.
and all that stuff.
Yeah. You just stick to that part. That's fun. Okay. Anyway, back to, the whole movie is wonderful, but I mean, like if you can't wait and your kid is 5, just go to that part.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, now it's time for Hot from the Oven. And in other fun news, Gemma, and in other fun holidays, in a few days from now...
Questioning your definition of fun, by the way. I'm side-eyeing you right now.
December 12th is Gingerbread House Day.
Oh, lovely.
There must be a day for everything.
That is legitimately fun.
Okay. So like, all over America, at least, there's like, different companies and, places are doing there's gingerbread house displays and competitions all over the world. A few I wanted to talk about. At Walt Disney World, they have these life-size gingerbread houses that look really amazing.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
It's the happiest place on earth.
Yeah, of course. And as you can imagine, like, it's Disney. So like they're, going to have incredible artists working on this, architects, all these different people who come together and make these gorgeous creations, all edible. I'm sure no one's eating them.
No.
But
remember last year when we talked about a ginger? No.
Okay, but it's all made out of food.
Yeah. It's not glued together. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. At least I hope not.
If you were that way inclined,
right,
you could eat it,
right,
but you shouldn't.
Right.
Okay, keep going.
Okay, there's Gingerbread City in London, also created by 50 architects. And they've got all these gorgeous displays in this room. You can kind of go like look around at all of these like highly detailed gingerbread houses.
Oh,
It's
lovely. And we're
pretty
going to share
amazing.
some videos there
Yeah.
just so people who are watching on YouTube
Yeah.
can see.
So the Historic Hotels of America has a nationwide gingerbread house contest amongst its properties.
Yeah.
And so a couple of ones of note are the Fairmont San Francisco, where they do have this like life-size gingerbread house. And
way.
there's a video that we can show where people are actually walking through
Wow.
it, which
That-
is
you
kind
know
of
what?
special.
That is such a gorgeous hotel. 'Cause we
Yeah.
lived in San Francisco for some time. They have, is it the tiki bar they have in the Fairmont? They have a kind of a secret tiki bar. And then they also have a little garden
Uh-huh.
that you go up a few floors, and then they have this little garden that actually Kevin and I like went to a few times. It's
Oh.
just the most beautiful hotel. You often see it featured in movies and stuff.
so
Yeah,
nice.
but I never knew about the gingerbread
Yeah.
houses. That would
Yeah.
be lovely.
Yeah, so sweet. So sweet. And the Chicago Hilton also does one. So, there's just kind of like a lovely thing. So are you making gingerbread house? Are you making a gingerbread house this year?
No, that's too fiddly for me.
Yeah.
No, I will tell you. No, I will tell you what we do as an activity.
Yeah.
For many years we have George's nanny would buy him the kits.
One of those kits. Yeah.
And that'll be an activity leading up to the holidays. He could do 2 or 3.
Yeah.
It did get invited to a actual gingerbread house making party this year. Really fun, a great activity for kids. He loves it. And now that he's older, he did one for Halloween because now, it's there's haunted houses now
Right.
because they made it part of the other
Right.
holiday for Halloween. He did one for Halloween, and it's just really fun. And this time he actually, though, was able, because he's 5.5, pipe the decorations themselves. Like, it wasn't as frustrating because he had the mobility to be able to do it,
Right.
which was like really nice.
Okay, can I say something? Why are they making Halloween haunted houses?
Oh, because it's fun.
No, come on. Can't this just like some things just stay within a holiday so you look forward to it? It's so annoying. Now
Oh,
you have a
no.
Halloween
Here
haunted
comes the
house.
Grinch.
What are they, you know what? They're going to make an Easter house next, and they're going to be like, oh, we get to we did the gingerbread house. Now we can do an Easter house and then an end of the school year house. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. Can you just like not let everything seep into everything else, but like let things be defined in their time so we have a chance to look forward to them?
That's true. Fair enough. But I have to say, I did think it was pretty crafty to come up with a Halloween one.
They should do something else. I don't know. Anyway, I find that a little annoying. I don't care if
I
George
can
likes
tell.
it. Well, yeah.
Have you ever made a gingerbread house?
Well, when we were little, we used to make them out of graham crackers.
George has done that too.
Yeah, like little graham crackers. So like we never made gingerbread, but we would just, use like royal icing or whatever and put like little ones together.
Can I tell you something that I've learned about my child? He comes up with these ideas and I think like, wow, that's really creative and smart.
Yeah.
And then it's only until the end of the activity or the craft, I realized there's an ulterior motive that was planned at the beginning of conception, where a few weeks ago, he went and got graham crackers out of the cupboard and started to build a house with frosting and graham crackers. No reason.
Right.
He didn't even say anything. He just started to do it. And I took these videos. I was like, wow, that's really creative. And he just was going about his business and putting the walls together and making it really big. And I was like really impressed. And then he started eating it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Of course.
oh.
Absolutely.
That's what he was getting to. He was like,
Yeah.
look at me. I'm doing something that is broadening my mind and my horizons and keeping me busy. And the next thing you know, he was chowing down on graham crackers.
Oh my God.
Eating a wall and a roof.
It's so Hansel and Gretel. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Okay, I
very
guess-
Hansel and Gretel.
I love that. I think all gingerbread houses should be edible. It's fun to go pick off a piece of candy.
I do appreciate them. They are like really fun. And
Yeah.
we know what we do have one on the website. A culinary assistant a good few years ago made this really beautiful one that we can show a picture of. And she did a really great job. And
Yeah.
she actually worked on Netflix, Nailed It, when I was on Netflix, Nailed It. And I worked on a Thanksgiving episode, but she did like all this really intricate design, like for those shows, like it's
Yeah.
so detailed. Like you have to be like a different type of baker. So definitely check that out. And it had pretzel. No, my one was a log cabin. Hers was much better.
Yeah. I love that.
Moving on from gingerbread houses, we're going to go in the mix and we're going to talk about why we bake for the holidays. And, you know, you might think the answer is obvious. So it's actually been around for centuries, and the tradition of baking around the holidays. Now, we talked about this before when we talked about holiday cookies. And then when we talked about at our Halloween episode about Irish baking.
Absolutely. Yeah.
During this time of year, you know, we've had the harvest of Halloween and everything. Spices, eggs, butter, they used to be quite scarce, but were in abundance at this time of year. And the reason that we would bake a lot of the very traditional holiday recipes, Thanksgiving, that we know about, is to preserve the ingredients. That's very much where the tradition of Irish holiday desserts came from. Puddings, cakes, mince pies, those kinds of things, was to preserve the ingredients throughout the winter months and to really reap the benefits of the harvest. You know, there are religious reasons, and we hear that a lot actually when we really take a deep dive into things. Ancient festivals honoured relatives and had rituals marking the end of the year and looking for good luck for the next growing season. A lot of baking is done to create traditions many centuries ago, which we have today. Like I'll talk about, for instance, the Irish traditions of the steamed puddings and the cakes and the mince pies. One of the reasons also is a time to bring community together. It's very inclusive time. You know, people bring together what they have, you know, big or small. And the holidays are a time that we share. And you think, you know, well, why do we share? To be kind, to share what we have with others, maybe people who are less fortunate. But there's a deeper reason why we share. So I thought this was really interesting. I think you're going to like this, Ami. So the reason we share actually goes a lot deeper than what you might think. So it's actually to honor the spirits of giving. In medieval times in England, Christmas was the main time for something that they called alming, which was feeding the poor, and was viewed as a sacred act. Isn't that interesting?
I love that. I think that's
Isn't
really
that
beautiful.
nice?
Yeah.
So we don't bake just for the enjoyment. Like we know, I've talked about this many times, you know, being your love language, doing it for enjoyment. I didn't know that the tradition and ritual of sharing and being inclusive and sharing, you know, and sharing what you have,
Right.
to have such a history. I've never heard the term almsgiving.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I think there's certain things that we take for granted as like, oh, right, we bake during the holidays, we share, we have parties, we spread joy. And it comes down, you know, it's sort of handed down, these traditions that get handed down. And it's really such a wonderful thing to like kind of remember the meaning, or where did these things come from, or why do we do this? And it really came from these, you know, there's meaning even if you're not exploring the reasons why.
Yeah,
you know, because
there's
it's
a story.
fun.
Yeah, there's
But just like it's really fun to like hear like, you know, where did that all come from?
Yeah.
You know, and what is
medieval
this-
England.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely hear the spirit of giving. It's a spirit of giving.
Yeah,
you know?
but actually the spirit
What is-
of
yeah,
giving.
what is the
like you'd
spirit of
think like a
giving?
spirit meaning like
Like,
the
feeling of giving. Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
actually spirits.
Yeah.
In all of our holiday talk, there's a lot of
There's
spirits.
a lot.
And it's keeping them happy, keeping them at bay, feeding them, keeping them
Exactly.
on your doorstep, but not in your house.
You talking about me? Okay, so you know, Gemma, I just really feel like the holidays really are this full sensory experience. Like you enter into this space that's so complete, and there's sights, sounds, smells. You know, there's kind of everything that's happening, and you know, I just thought it'd be kind of fun to break it down a little bit, and like, you know, so what do you like? What you know, when you're like when I think about like what am I seeing around my kitchen? I'm just seeing like flour and sugar and baking things out, and you know, like all of that stuff is happening. Lights are up. Like what do you like? Do you have like something that you're seeing that you're thinking like, oh, it's the holidays, like that kicks you off into like really getting into that spirit?
Definitely more of a visual for me.
Mhm.
And you know, like things like pine cones.
Yeah.
And the lights, like you
Yeah.
know, seeing we have lights on our house actually all year round.
Yeah.
But I really notice them around the holidays, and for me, it's definitely like now we have the shorter days, like the hour's
Yeah.
gone back, and now it's darker. It's more so those things, and I will tell you something with regards to like for sight. You're going to get to smell later. Sorry. It's more those indicators
Yeah.
for me.
Mhm.
Decorations, lights, the dark.
Yeah,
Because growing
yeah.
up in Ireland around this time of year, our days were so short and they were so dark that that reminds me of coming into the holiday season.
Yeah, because you're inside, everything's kind of glowy, the lights come up early.
Fireplaces. Like the fire is always lighting.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's just like it's cozy. It can feel like, I think once I get over, it getting dark and feeling a little sad about it, like I sort of get into that like the warmth of it.
Yeah.
And what about sounds? Like, what are you hearing? I mean, I feel like you play holiday music all the time.
Oh my gosh, all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I listen to like nonstop Pandora, like Christmas
Yeah.
channel. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't get enough of it. And I start in November because
Right.
I just want to make sure that like I'm really getting as much as I possibly can
Yeah.
before for the end of the year.
Yeah. You know what? I was thinking about that. I was like, what are the sounds for me? And sometimes it's just about like people being inside more, like the sounds of just my family living in the house, somebody like watching a fun holiday movie or just people just like being in, there's something about family inside the house being together. Like really, I don't know why, but that feels very cozy to me.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not in the same room with them, just like life in the house.
Or you know what? The Yule log that you can get on your TV. We
Yeah.
have fireplaces in our house, but they're not working.
You
We have
keep-
like 3 of them,
you
and
keep-
none of them work.
you keep the
But
Yule log on.
yeah, you put the Yule log on a big, huge screen.
Wait,
and you
does
have
music
that crackle.
play? Oh, it's just the crackle. It's just the
No, I think
sound.
it does play, right, Kevin? At the same time. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. That's I feel like I've seen the Yule log, but it's like always on like at a party or something where like
Yeah.
other sounds are happening, so I never hear it. Okay, but now let's get into like baking. Like what are the first what's the first are there smells like when you like start to smell something you're like, "Oh, it's Christmas."
Can I tell you something that's not baking?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Ham, cooking ham.
Oh,
Because so I in Ireland, because we don't have Thanksgiving,
yeah.
and sometimes I know that like people will do ham. People usually do turkey on Thanksgiving,
Right.
and they do ham maybe, or they'll do one or the other or whatever, and then they do something different for Christmas.
Mhm.
In Ireland, you generally will do ham and turkey,
Yeah.
and that's it. So the smell of cooking ham at my mum's house reminds me of Christmas.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice.
And it's a unique smell, you know.
Yeah.
Irish ham is so good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Huh.
Yeah, yummy.
I don't think
Glazing
I've
it.
ever had a ham for Thanksgiving or
For
Christmas.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
You wouldn't have probably had ham growing up, right?
no, I mean, we didn't really do, I mean, we didn't have like, we had a Christmas tree growing up. My
Yeah.
parents kind of adopted that tradition. And we had presents under the tree and stuff, but I'm pretty sure we never had any sort of traditional dinner or anything like that. It was, I have no idea what we ate.
Yeah.
Just to be honest, like, I mean, my mom would make little things. Like every year she would make those little pecan tassies.
Yeah.
And she would make she would make a pan of brownies with like a creme de menthe frosting on top of it.
Oh my gosh.
Like that was like always like this like classic
yeah.
Christmas holiday treat. And my dad would make these like rum balls, like these no bake rum balls that you would like crush.
Very boozy in your
Yeah,
house.
yeah. It was that was because of the creme de menthe frosting.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Gosh.
I think
no
it was
wonder you don't remember what you had on me. You loaded up on
No, well, my dad made the rum
boozy
balls,
desserts.
and I definitely remember them being like
Very strong.
They were strong, like they were gross. Like I always wanted to eat
Sometimes
them
they
because
can
they
be
looked
so
really
strong.
chocolatey, and I was like, they were like full of like walnuts and like cocoa
Yeah.
powder and crushed vanilla wafers or something like that. Anyway, I never ate those, but I always remember like that would be his thing. And then my aunt, we would often spend Christmases with my aunt and uncle down in Maryland, and she would make this like whiskey cake again that like looked good, but it was like literally would like burn going down your throat.
Gosh, Ami.
Like, you could
I think
not.
you need to be telling this to a therapist, not me.
So that was a taste of Christmas for me.
Wow. Well, I will say, sorry. So yes, so at home, fruit, sugar, alcohol is
Yes.
the base for all of our traditional
Right.
desserts.
Right.
So that smell, and that texture and that flavor is the holidays for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like that stuff might be good now if I was to try it. I'm sure it wasn't all as boozy as I perceived it to be
When
I
you're a
was
child
kid.
also, you have such little tolerance
Yeah,
for
yeah,
it.
like that stuff didn't really taste good.
What are your smells?
Oh, smells. I mean, I'm really the one doing most of the baking in the house. So I mean, it's really like, whatever, like there's cookies, pies. I'm often making some sort of a spiced like pumpkin. I mean, I know we're like kind of out of pumpkin season now, but I'm still like making like pumpkin breads and, all of that kind of
Mm.
stuff. So, I just feel like there's definitely like more baking, more reasons to bake, more excuses to bake, even if it's not for a particular event, just because it's, we're all in the house and, it's cold
And you have the
outside.
time, the
Yeah.
luxury of time. Yeah.
Yeah. Or just, or not even. I feel like it's busier, but it's like, it's just kind of, I want that. There's something about those spicy smells, those sweet cinnamon, you just know that something good and warm is in the oven.
Can I tell you something? Just as a grown up, one of the things that I do every holiday
Yeah.
is, so people often talk about like mulled wine.
Yeah.
I'm not a mulled wine fan.
Yeah.
It's nice. And
Yeah.
I'll have a little bit.
Right.
But what I will have a lot of is cranberry sangria that I make.
It's so interesting.
You've had that before,
I
right?
have had it, and it's funny. I always think of sangria as a summertime drink, but then I've had your
Oh my gosh.
cranberry sangria, and it is so good.
So good.
And you don't find cranberries except for around now, And
Yeah.
so like it's really like
I got the recipe on Epicurious years ago.
yeah,
And I altered it a little bit. It's fresh cranberries. You and they're so high in pectin
yeah,
that the sangria becomes a little bit thick. Hello,
Yeah.
waffles. And it's orange juice and some sugar. I do light sugar.
yeah,
And then wine, and I want to say some brandy in there. And you have to make a sangria at least 24 hours in advance. And let it like sit and all those flavors get together. It's so delicious.
yeah. I have a Swedish friend who invites us over for a Swedish Christmas Eve lunch every year.
Yeah.
which is so fun. And she makes this like warm drink, and I feel like there's maybe I feel like it's supposed to be maybe with red wine, but red wine gives her really bad headaches, so she makes it with white wine. But it's like white wine and like brandy, and it's warm, and you put like nuts and raisins in it, like little like slivered almonds and
I've
raisins.
never heard
Like
of that.
yeah, you put them in the bottom of the cup, and then you like. You drink this like boozy wine, warm boozy wine.
yeah.
I don't know what else is in there. It's so good, and it's such a good taste. And for me, like that is the flavor, like just like now the flavor of like, oh, I don't taste this except for on Christmas Eve lunch.
Yeah.
And it's so good.
That's
And then you get to like
interesting.
scoop out the little like warmed raisins and nuts at
Yeah.
the bottom of your cup. It's so good. I can't remember what it's called, which I feel terrible about because I've had it like over and over again.
Yeah.
But it's very fun.
So the theme of our
delicious.
holidays is alcohol.
It's just booze.
This holiday
booze
is
it up.
brought to you by alcohol.
Oh, do you have like specific, like, I know we talked about like certain cookies, but aside from cookies, do you have like specific like baking traditions, like things that you love to?
I love to do mince pies
Yeah.
because I love a mince pie.
Yeah.
And George loves them.
Yeah, they're
He
good.
loves them. And
Yeah.
it really, I love the fact that he loves them. And then sometimes, like being a child, he's like, he won't eat it and then he
Right.
will eat it. So I'm kind of always a bit bummed when I give him one and he doesn't eat it.
Right.
But I love to see him eat them.
Yeah.
That's I like Kevin loves mince pies. I love mince pies. We do them here for holiday parties. You were over one time when we did them, and it's, even though it's quite a traditional Irish, and British thing, I've always get great compliments from people like from our American friends about them.
Well, it's not very common to find them in like bakeries or cafes. You don't find mince pies anywhere.
No.
Like I used to see them, I lived in London for a year and I saw them all over the place. It was always like at a pub, or if you're like going in to like go see a play, like
Yeah.
there'd be like a little like, yeah, you could have a slice of mince pie.
Yeah.
But it's not something that's readily available. So it's a nice treat when I've had them. And then speaking of booze, that brandy butter that goes with them, so good.
Brandy butter is very delicious.
Yeah.
For those, we have a recipe on the website. It's butter, sugar, and brandy.
Yes, the taste of the holidays.
It's very good. And then also one of the things I love about going home also is the cream, like the Irish cream to have with it.
Uh-huh.
And I will say for many years, even as like I want to say like a teenager, but like maybe in my late teens,
Mhm.
when I was at home with my family, I would have, because I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't have I wouldn't have had a drink in the day, but after dessert and later on in the evening, because of the whipped cream, I would always have a coffee with cream on top.
Yeah.
With whipped cream on top. And I thought that was lovely.
Yeah, that's
Also,
special.
do you know what else is very lovely?
Yeah.
Bailey's coffee or Bailey's hot chocolate this time
Yeah.
of year.
Yeah. I love that only around this time of year. And sometimes we'll just like make this impulse buy and get like a big thing of Bailey's, and then I'll have one drink.
Yeah.
And then it'll just be in my fridge for the
mine's
whole
in my
year.
fridge too. And I only do it during the holidays
But you
as well.
can get like little individual bottles, which I feel like I should just get.
Yeah.
Just get like a little one because I know I'm just going to want one.
For your handbag on me?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I just need to go to a hotel and like go raid the hotel, the kitchen. So Gemma, you had mentioned a little bit about Christmas dinner, but I just wanted to ask you, like, what are since I didn't have a lot of specific traditions around that, like what do you have for Christmas breakfast or and what do you have for Christmas dinner? And do you do Christmas Eve or do you do Christmas Day?
We do Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes in Ireland, people will do a big fry on Christmas Eve, like late in the evening. And I mean like sausages and rashers and pudding and everything. That was never a tradition in our house. Christmas Day, we often did, we do scrambled eggs. This is kind of funny. We would do bagels.
Yeah.
That we would get H&H Bagels.
Yeah.
Do you remember them from
You
New
got
York?
H&H Bagels?
There was a place in Dublin called
really?
It's a Bagel.
Uh-huh.
And it was called It's a Bagel because nobody knew what it was. So they were like, what is this? So they called the shop It's a Bagel. This was in the 90s. I want to say the mid-90s.
Yeah.
Or maybe 93, 94, 95, something like that. We would get bagels from there. H&H Bagels still are some of my favorite
Wait, they
bagels.
were H&H Bagels?
Yeah, they get
sold
shipped-
at It's a Bagel.
Shipped from New York to Ireland.
Oh my
and
God.
I have, just an FYI, H&H Bagels have come back.
And they're coming to LA.
Are they really?
Yeah, there's an H&H Bagels that's coming to LA.
We were flying out of, I want to say Newark, and
Yeah.
it was H&H Bagel. I was like, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so that's exciting. And we H&H Bagels, softly scrambled eggs with Irish eggs.
Oh.
So delicious.
Yum.
Smoked salmon, Irish smoked salmon. My mom makes the best scrambled eggs, softly scrambled eggs, Irish eggs, really jammy and yummy and delicious, like orange eggs.
I'm so hungry.
I know, right? Atlantic smoked salmon.
Yeah.
Very yummy.
Mm-hmm.
And that was our breakfast. Then we would have caviar and, no, I'm missing.
I was like,
I know.
what?
I could see it on your face. We would have there would be champagne.
Yeah.
Because we'd have cousins over and stuff. And then we didn't have lunch because the Christmas lunch was 2:33. And that was all of the things. Ham, turkey, 3 different types of potatoes, potato stuffing, all the vegetables, mushy peas.
What's mushy peas?
Oh, it's kind of they're marrow fat peas. They're I can't even get into it, but they're like for traditional fish and chips when you get mushy peas.
Oh, okay.
Very something that you grew up with. You probably wouldn't like it if you didn't grow up with it. Gravy and all the things. And then all the desserts.
Yeah.
And then you'd go back later for sandwiches.
Yeah. And the desserts would be like your
mince pie,
your mince
Christmas
pie,
pudding.
your Christmas pudding.
Yeah, that's it.
What about the biscuit cake? Would you do the biscuit cake?
No, we would do those things we'd do pudding would be our dessert, and we'd have mince pies.
Oh, okay.
Those are the things you would have.
Yum. That sounds so good.
Very
so, we didn't do all of that. Though I kind of grew up with like sort of a little bit of a Christmas. But now, my husband is Jewish and his family does Hanukkah. And so now we do Hanukkah with the kids. 100% my latkes are so good. And I'll tell you, like, I am not allowed to pass by the Hanukkah season without at least once making latkes for my kids and my family and whoever we end up inviting over, which is often a very small group because I end up like frying
so much
potatoes
work, aren't they? So
all
much
day,
work.
But they are so good.
Yeah,
they
they
are
are.
really good. And I make really good latkes. So latkes, of course, are 100%. And then, there is a tradition to have jelly donuts. They're called sufganiyot. But I have to say, I don't like jelly donuts. I'm not a big fan of jam in general. Like, I find the fruit to taste overly cooked. It's often too sweet. It's not tangy enough. Like, I like marmalade because there's a bitterness to it. But, to have, like, when you bite into a jelly donut, you've got this, like, big blob of jelly in there. Yeah. I don't like it, but I get that there's, like, some tradition around it. And I know a lot of it is just, like, Hanukkah, even though it's kind of a big deal because it's around Christmas, it's not actually one of the most important holidays. It's not like the New Year, Rosh Hashanah, or Yom Kippur, or
Yeah.
Passover. But there is this whole idea of like the miracle of the oil lamp that lasted. So I kind of feel like anything that has to do with oil, like that's, I think, where donuts get to be a big thing, during Hanukkah. But so my workaround, because I don't care for a jelly donut, is to either make an olive oil cake,
Oh, yeah.
because I'm like
Citrus olive oil cake?
citrus olive oil cake. They can be dairy free. Oftentimes they just use olive oil as the liquid, and then you're really like celebrating oil and the miracle of oil. But it's also like the nice thing about it being dairy free is if you have a family that keeps kosher, you've made some brisket or something with your latkes, you can't have a dairy dessert right away afterwards. So I really like that. The other thing that I've done before is I make a babka, which is just, great. And you can fill it with chocolate, but you can also put a fruit filling in a babka, which I don't know if you've ever done, but you can make like
I've never even seen that.
yeah, you can do you can make like you can use, your blueberry cheesecake topping that we have on biggerbolderbaking.com. You can use that instead of your chocolate filling. So you make your babka dough and you fill it with this blueberry, or, you can use raspberries, and then, do your same like rolls and folds. And then you've got kind of have this like jelly donut idea, because you've got this kind of brioche like dough and it's filled with fruit. And I think it's so much more delicious than a jelly donut. And the other thing I've done is actually I've sometimes made churros, just plain churros.
Oh, yeah.
And then I have dipping sauces. So I have chocolate and caramel, and then I'll make like a raspberry coulis or something, so people who want that jam taste. So then people can kind of control the amount that they get, and it's really fun. And so anyway, if you're like me and you want to do Hanukkah and you don't like jelly donuts, try some of these.
Can I say one more thing? Chocolate rugula that we did this year.
Yeah.
Rugula.
Yeah.
After we made them, we had so many for our shoot. We put them in the freezer and we defrosted them, baked them off fresh.
Yeah.
So good. And the cream, I can't get over the cream cheese pastry.
Yeah, it's so tender.
Just
So good.
tender. And then and you use ground up chocolate in it. That's on the website. Really delicious.
Yeah.
Like very special.
And I have to say, like, if you've ever had rugula from an old bakery or something and they just taste kind of gummy and
old
stale,
and not
like,
fresh.
They're, forever I thought that's what rugula tasted like until we made homemade rugula here. And I was like, oh, this is like 1,000 times better. It is completely different because it's pastry. Pastry just doesn't last very long. You really want to make it fresh and like eat it the day you've made it. It is so good.
Yeah,
it's
that's
really
why
special.
I just wouldn't buy it in a bakery because they're just you feel like they're never fresh.
Yeah, no, they because they aren't.
Yeah.
So lots of fun things to make for the holidays. Christmas, Hanukkah.
It's about eating and drinking.
Yes.
And enjoying yourself, and just I have to say, being home is a big thing for me.
Yeah, me
too. To be
too.
home and be stationary, and to be able to, like, just at the end of the year, like, relax.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel like it is always chaotic with the end of school and performances and whatnot and parties, but definitely like once Christmas is over, that's like, and I just look forward to that time too.
Yeah,
Just
me
that
too.
kind of quiet. Yeah.
I agree, Ami. It's definitely a time to relax, recharge, and kind of just be at home and recuperate from the year. I want to say a big thank you for everybody tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch and listen to your podcasts. And we'll see you back here again really soon. Take care. From HRN and the Bold Baking Network, you are watching the Need to Know Baking Entertainment podcast.